Hey guys, it's Lee Taylor. That's the 2021 BMW 5 Series, and this is a Right Lane review. The BMW 5 Series has been around since 1972, a sleek executive saloon with BMW's signature performance prowess. And for decades, this series has been a benchmark alongside the legendary 3 Series. So in modern times, cars like this big sedan are being outsold by SUVs and 4x4 coupe things, and most manufacturers are aware that the sedan is a bit of a niche product. And for 2021, BMW has decided to beef up the 5 Series with an LCI, or a life cycle impulse, which is BMW speak for a facelift. And that basically means new headlights, new taillights, a nice big grille, luckily not the massive one, some extra kit on the inside, and in cars like this 520i, the addition of a M Sport package as standard. BMW knows this is a niche product, so does it actually have a place in the modern market? Well, they seem to think so. So with the BMW 5 Series, BMW starts off with this 520i, and the 520i version gets a 2-liter 4-cylinder from the BMW family, turbocharged, only makes 137 kilowatts and 209 meters of torque. In the 530, you get a more powerful version, and you get up to the 550, which is the V8, and the M5, also a twin-turbo V8. And this particular car is paired to an 8-speed automatic ZF unit like every other 5 Series, and the ZF unit is fantastic. There's a reason why it's one of the most popular in the business. It's smooth, it's responsive no matter what mode you're in a typical BMW fashion, it provides all the goods. And while the ultimate driving machine moniker really only stamps into the sport models of BMW, they've done a really good job of making the 5 Series feel very stable. So what's it like to get the 5er out on the road? In this 520 trim, it's actually not too bad. It's quite smooth. In the new 5 Series, you get all the M Sport package as standard, which means you have lowered suspension with a little bit stiffer dampers, and you can tell the car is a bit stiffer. You do have the option for an adaptive M Sport suspension, which I think is probably worth it if you want to soften off the edges. It feels good for the most part. It feels capable. The steering is a bit dull, and I reckon that's what most of the criticism has been lately when people have said that BMWs of new are a bit bland, and I kind of half agree. You do want some engagement, particularly for something that hails to be the ultimate driving machine, but it's not too bad. It's still going to be capable, it's still very agile, it's very, very capable for a car this size particularly, and at the end of the day, it's a German yacht. It's not designed to be flying around a racetrack, it's designed to be around in comfort, and it has plenty of that. Features-wise, on this 5 Series base car, you get quite a lot of kit. So you have the full suite of safety tech, which means you have front cross traffic alert, rear cross traffic alert, blind spot monitors, collision warning, a super smart cruise control system that actually helps you steer and stay in lane, keep the person in front, urban or interurban or highway environment as well. It feels good to use, it's very intuitive. Lots of information right at your fingertips, and all the park assist tech. So you have 360 cameras as well as 360 sensors, and the car will actually reverse the last 10 meters if you forget how to get out. It also has a really cool 3D camera view where you can pull out to like a third-person perspective and see the car and see what's around the car in a way that helps you get in and out of tight spots. And in a car this size, you need it. So when you roll it all up, what is the 520i dynamically? Well, it's kind of the basis for every other 5 Series on the market. This is the entry-level car, entry-level despite being over $100,000, and it's the car they build the 530 on, they build the 550 on, they build the M5 on, and to be a great foundation, you have to be a good car, and this is, at the end of the day, a pretty good car. The 5 Series has been the benchmark for nearly 40 years, and there's a reason for that. So what's the interior like on this BMW 5er? Well, typical BMW, so everything is really, really, really well made. It feels great in the hands. You get this nice chunky M Sport steering wheel. It's a bit bigger than I would prefer, but can't complain. BMW's full digital dash in the front, as well as an industry-leading heads-up display. Thank God you have the heads-up display, because I think the dash is just a little bit cluttered for my liking. Around the cabin, some great ambient lighting, great materials, all your touch points are good, plenty of space in every corner you can look. And you get iDrive in its 7th generation, which means you also get downloadable content, which includes an app on your phone. So you can unlock your car, start your car, turn your car off, preheat, pre-cool the vehicle, and you also have the ability to download a dash cam feature, which allows the safety cameras in the roof to watch in the event of a collision, records 20 seconds before and 20 seconds after, so you get the whole thing to show your lawyers. So most people buy an executive saloon to put passengers in the back. So how was the back? Well, it's actually really comfortable back here. Plenty of room. I'm 6 foot tall and I have a ton of space all the way around. Even with a sunroof, I still have a great headroom. The materials are fantastic, the same leather and seat designs in the back. In the center, you do have a couple of USB-C charging points. In upmarket models, you do get the option for a second row of climate control, but in this car, being the 520, it's just standard with some vents. The ambient lighting extends all the way around. You also get ISOFIX points if you do have some kids, as well as a center armrest, which is nice and comfortable and sturdy, and some hidden cup holders, which if you're not careful, will take your finger off. So out back, the big German yacht has plenty to offer. I mean, you can easily get several pieces of cargo in the back if you're going cross country or even overseas. And there's a couple of cubbies here and there for little things. You don't get any space on the load floor because there's nowhere to put anything, and there's no spare tire, mainly because this car has run flats. So what's the tops, bottoms, and final verdict for the 2021 BMW 520i LCI? Well, on the bottom are a couple of niggly things. One, despite being the ultimate driving machine, it's a little bit dull in the hands. It's still super capable, but it just doesn't have that sort of, I don't know, passion that old BMWs did. It's missing a couple of key features like heated seats and cooled seats, and lumbar is still part of all this comfort pack stuff you can get from BMW. It makes it a bit pricey. Speaking of price, this car starts at $95,000 as a base in the 520, and the one we have today is $106,000, so it's a little bit pricey for the kit that you're getting, especially when you consider there's the G80 and the E-Class, which is a little bit cheaper. And it's a land yacht. I mean, if you live in the city, this thing is huge and difficult to park, but maybe that's kind of the point. So on top, there's actually quite a lot to like. I mean, this is a BMW after all, so it's super capable, very sporty. Despite being a bit dull in the hands, it still has all the BMW driving machine pieces, and it has all the BMW build quality, which means it feels amazing on the side, and the materials are top notch. And the safety and assistance tech on the 5 Series means you can drive the car pretty much anywhere with a ton of confidence and ease throughout your day. Plus, the new laser light tech means you have 600 meters of range when it's nice and dark outside, and you'll never miss a beat. The 5 Series is still the benchmark, and I think that this car really shows it. So what's my final verdict on the 2021 BMW 520i LCI? Well, these 5 Series are a bit of a dying breed, but that doesn't mean they're not a strong contender. I mean, this 520 is a great base for the rest of the 5 Series range, like the M550 and the M5, and the 5 has always been a benchmark car. So if you really want executive saloon, make sure you give one a look.